On to our first segment for today, and as we said, well, actually this is a very special edition in which we are celebrating the anniversary of the 30th of June revolution, a revolution that will remain forever inside our hearts, engraved inside. And also when we say this 30th of June revolution, we have also to say that once we remember the images and the people in the streets, definitely this will speak louder than any words that one can say to describe or to say anything about this revolution. Over the phone, we have Mr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. So first of all, let's talk about this revolution and how it was a springboard for a new republic, for new future for Egypt.
Yes, the 30th of June is a cornerstone for the new republic, but it also has its roots in the minds and the hearts of the Egyptians, who really are one bloc. We do not allow militias, we don't allow people to dissect Egypt, which has a history of 7,000 years of cemented relationship. So I think that the 30th of June revolution is very important for us as a landmark, that a continuation of our long history of keeping Egypt intact, strong, and going to the right direction for progress.
So when we talk about all these people who went outside in the streets, so how far can we say that this is a real symbol of patriotism and the courage and the decision of the Egyptians? Because when we describe the revolution, we say it was not just a revolution, but a declaration that Egypt's destiny is written by Egyptians.
Yes, of course, that day in particular, that was the culmination day. I mean, Egyptians tolerated situations that against their nature. So at the end, enough is enough. So people took to the street with millions, almost 30 million persons took to the streets because we wanted to say no for oppression, no for one-track-mindedness, no for establishing militias. You know, Egyptians were watching everything in a with very clear eye. When you see that those people who were there, the militias who were there, they tried to make parallel for the Egyptian army, parallel for the legal track, parallel according to their own misguided way. So this is really pissed off every Egyptian, and Egyptians try to restore this Egypt again from them.
We can say that we have so many lessons that we can teach to our new generations out of the 30th of June revolution, especially when it comes to the strength of the collaboration.
Yes, the drone lessons are so many, but one of the most important lessons is how to predict the future moves, how to intervene in the right time, and that is number one. 1,000 no for militias mentality, for militias that is being used as a tool by other foreign powers, militias that really dissect the unity of the country, creating a lot of sedition and a lot of language crime that really against every avenue of development. And also, one of the most important things that we really now recognize is that Egyptians, when they restored the situation to their rights, we became very strong power in the area, and this is make us very proud of our army, because armies in this chaotic situation are the protection game for us. So I think that these are some of the good lessons to be drawn, and also for re-establishing a lot and reconstructing a lot of buildings, land, reclaiming land, and going for the avenue for progress in all directions.
Well, after the revolution, of course, Egypt witnessed so many challenges, huge challenges actually. And as we have seen, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was very keen to work on all axes, parallel to each other. So we were confronting terrorism, extremism, we were confronting chaos. In addition, we were building, and we were moving into building new cities, infrastructure, which was one of the most important sectors when we talk about the infrastructure projects taking place all around the country, many things. I think this is very, very important and can be considered one of the main lessons that actually we were able to do it, and I can say that it was in such a short period of time.
Yes, achievements are conducted, and we reached that achievement in a very short time compared to the huge achievements achieved. Yes. We have this kind of reconstruction of land. We addressed for the time our history of the slums, the people who are living in slums, how to move them to another honorable places that really fit human rights. And I think that also when it comes to reclaiming the land, also when it comes to establishing and to go for manufacturing, I think that are some of the most important achievements we are witnessing now.
So it was not just a political event, but let's say a rebirth certificate for Egypt. And just allow me to ask you yourself, your feelings about this revolution, especially you are in direct contact with many of the new generation. So how did they see it, and how far do they feel it, and they feel that there is a real change in their lives?
Yes, I think that the younger generation is rebelling by its nature. But you know, when they saw now the situation became very clear for them, when they saw that countries are being destructed around them, when they see that we are a very strong country when it comes to will, iron will, achieve as much as we can. I think that now the reality speaks for itself. And the new generation now, I think, has passed through different stages. At the beginning, yes, they were, many of them were bombarded by the negative propaganda, by the media outlets from outside Egypt. But now everything became clear for them that this is propaganda, lying, and those people are good for nothing. They wanted to create chaos in the country. So I think the people here, and the new generation in particular, is now exemplifying what we can call a wake-up call. They saw the reality of the situation, and they are with us when it comes to looking at the future of the country.
Well, on the 3rd of July, actually, again, this is a real message to the whole world, because definitely things changed a lot, and we have seen people coming all outside, and we have seen things changed and just showing the will of Egyptians. And again, the 3rd of July also is one of the important dates that Egyptians will never forget.
Yes, as you have already mentioned, what you have already mentioned reminded me with the proverb, when there is a will, there is a way. And I think this is very relevant to the Egyptian gene. So I think that that gene is really exemplifying and operationalizing this proverb. And I think that this is very important for the spirit of Egypt. Because when there is a will, there is a way of hope.
And I think after the revolution, when we start to take a look after what happened and how life changed a lot, also we can talk about how even institutions, talking about the new constitution, new programs taking place, the economic reform program, all this affected the life and affected the future of Egypt as well, and putting Egypt as one of the main pillars of stability in the region.
Yes, Egypt has a long history when it comes to constitutional dimension. Long time ago, Egypt go by institutions, constitutions, and I think that the real thing is to operationalize these constitutions into realities, and this is what is being done now with full swing.
Right, and again we say when we celebrate and when we talk about these days after the revolution, definitely there is a direct message that Egypt is conveying or sending to the whole world. What kind of message whenever we remember these days? Of course, not only the 30th of June, but I'm talking about the days after as well, because at that time we have seen something different that we didn't see before.
Yes, the spirit of Egypt has become very clear for carrying the torch of peace, progress, and development and sustainable development. We are trying to get into areas that really need our efforts, and I think the whole country is mobilized for that direction. And I think Egypt has already played an important role, and that's reflected actually in what Egypt played when it comes to de-escalation, when it comes to rights, establishing rights in a very clear way, as we have seen our leadership to against displacement, against the wars in Gaza, against genocide, and we have seen that. And many powers in the world really felt that Egypt is doing the right thing in carrying out the torch of justice and peace based on justice.
So how do you perceive the 3rd of July as mindset or that must be guarded and taken into consideration?
Yes, of course, as we have already mentioned, that Egyptians at that day said enough is enough. No for terrorism, no for sedition, no for dissecting the country. Egypt is a one unity long time ago, strong enough to be one unity or throughout history and repel aggressors. So I think that day is a good mark for remembering a long history of Egyptians when they try to keep their country intact and getting into the right direction.
We have seen also after talking about intellectuals, historians, artists, all those who tried as much as they can to just commemorate and bring us more about the whole situation, about the revolution, about what comes after the revolution. I'm talking, of course, about even that week. I remember immediately after the revolution, it meant a lot to all of us because we started to see something. And I think it was the first time to feel how people came outside with their own will to change their lives.
Yes, as you have seen, many good writings were conducted by, especially by the young generation. If you can see their production, you can understand there is a very big change that's taking place in the country. If you can see the achievements are there to guide us for more achievements. And I think that is the right road is being established now for this new Republic of Egypt.
So what does it mean when it comes that Egyptians are writing their own future? So again, this is an important part, and again, we are talking about the new generation because they are going to be the leader of the future.
Yes, I think that a great deal of concern is being directed to the youth and to the younger generation. They are the future. And I think that when it comes to Egypt, history and the future are connected together through the effort of many powers in the country that really help to get the new generation also aware of the great magnitude of the history of their country. History is power of mobilization. It tells you about the Egyptian genes. These Egyptian genes should continue, to stand, the slogan when the warrior when the warrior's body stops, his spirit rise never. These are all slogans that Egyptians exemplified throughout their history. And this is transferable from one generation to the other. And I think it is being transferred to the new generation now. And I hope that the future will tell a great price for Egypt to achieve.
Right, Mr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, as long as we were talking about the anniversary of the 30th of June revolution, and today on the 3rd of July also, we're trying to remember all what happened right after the revolution. And of course, each day that came after the revolution meant something, and there were many achievements and activities that took place. And right now we're going to move on to bring you more about Egypt after the revolution. We were talking about the new republic. We were talking about a nation that wrote its own destiny. And of course, we have many projects that took place. We have seen it on the infrastructure level, but also this is not only what we have, as we have seen all around. Whenever you will go out now in Egypt, you will see new projects, whether we're talking about natural resources, we are talking about everything, a lot of things. It is really a new republic.